And ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get this party started? I love it. You guys are awesome.
A great plague has descended upon my house. A plague that unfortunately will keep me, the general, from being at the CSW event Uprise in Overland Park, Kansas tonight. But rest assured, I'm hell-bent on finding the source of this plague. I feel like I have what's known as rumbleitis, and there's only one man that can be responsible. It's you, Sexy Rexy. And understand this, I will find you. And I will hold you responsible for making me miss tonight's event. And speaking of responsibility, tonight, someone has to be there to uphold the law, to uphold the standard of peace and tranquility that only the general can bring. And I'm bestowing my authority and my power onto senior referee Adam Kennedy. Adam Kennedy, hear me now when I tell you you are solely responsible for keeping the peace at CSW. And if I come back to a kingdom torn asunder, I will hold you responsible, and you will answer for your crimes. The general has spoken. Leave me.
Game on, you!
All right, Greg. Well, it looks like we are off to an auspicious start here. My name is Ben Miller, joined by Greg Jovi.
Fighting out of the Rocky Mountains, weighing in at 250 pounds, accompanied by male nurse Dak Draper. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper! Well, lucky for you, I'm the man with the microphone, so you get to hear me talk.
Dak definitely not endearing himself to any fans here.
Scott Hansen wanted to be out here with us tonight, but I told him, I said, Scott, there's only one day that you get to wrestle for the Central States Championship for the first time, and I need you to be ready for that. So he's going to be in the back. He's out here in spirit because I've got more than the backup I need with male nurse Dak Draper. Hey, this show isn't about you. I'm sorry you didn't get the attention you wanted when you were a child. Shame on you. And little boy, I saw you doing a thumbs down at me when we walked out. If you keep doing that, I'm going to have Dak Draper come out there and take that Chiefs jersey away from you. You know what? Dak Draper, bring me that jersey.
And his opponent, fighting out of the city of the dead, weighing in at 92 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the King of Death, Rey De La Muerte!
Well, now we can get a word in edgewise, Greg. We're starting off hot here tonight.
Yeah, Ben, it is uprising indeed here tonight in Overland Park, Kansas. Hot and heavy action early on. We have news that Hoodie unable to be here tonight due to an illness. Adam Kennedy has been put in charge. Dak Draper is threatening children, and now we have our first opening contest.
I don't know how smart it was of our general manager, Hoodie Howlett, to put in Adam Kennedy as tonight's GM, if you will. That doesn't make much sense, but what makes sense is Rey De La Muerte here is going one-on-one with Dak Draper here tonight.
Well, somebody's got to be here to lay down the law in the absence. You may not agree with the official being put in charge, but I can say firsthand that Dak Scott Hansen, Dread Roberts, they've been nothing but trouble. I have been personally accosted by these men. I have seen time and time again Moonshine with some shenanigans. So Hoodie looking out for the best for Central States here tonight, and Rey really looking out for the best for himself with a big head scissors here.
Around and around we go. Where we stop, only Rey knows. And look at that. Takes Dak Draper over, and Dak needs a timeout, it looks like.
Rey on quite a tear here in Central States. He had a huge match with Samurai Del Sol. Has been all over the Midwest here, kind of making his mark. And Rey,
keep your eyes on.
Take flight.
No, baseball slide, and Dread Roberts, who shouldn't even be in this match, stops the baseball slide. Now Dak Draper scoops him out of the ring.
Well, and I'm tough but fair. I don't really like him getting involved in this matchup, but he was attacked. That was on him, and now Dak Draper, and all it takes is a slight screw up like that on the part of Rey, and the veteran Dak Draper is going to take over.
It seems like Dak has amassed quite the following here in CSW over the last months, acquiring one of the hottest rising talents, Scott Hansen, and also, I don't know why they call him this, but his head male nurse, Dread Roberts. I mean, do you know what that's all about?
I do not know. I know that he was afflicted with an illness. We gave the man a trophy, and by the end of the night, he was wrapping it around people's heads. I don't know of his degree status, whether he is currently licensed or not. I know how to look that up at the local Kansas nursing board if we need to take a slight intermission, but regardless, he's a nefarious character. Scott Hansen proven to be the same. Dak Draper, like him or not, is swindling multiple people in his orbit in his pursuit of the Central States Championship.
Which is something that you would know nothing about. You have never, ever taken any shortcuts. You have never... You've always called it right down the middle.
Well, look, there's one thing. I understand what you're getting at here, but if there's one thing I've always been, it's honest. I'll look you directly in the eye and tell you I'm going to do everything in my power to get the win for Moonshine, Mantell, or any of my other clients. I would rather somebody come and tell me that they're a jerk and they're going to cheat to my face rather than turn around and stab me in the back like Scott Hansen did to us the last time we were in this building, like Dread Roberts did the time before that. And these are snakes in the grass.
You make a great point there. Rey De La Muerte almost gets a flash pin, but got his head taken off by that big Dak Draper clothesline. Dak Draper going for the cover here, only gets a 2. Rey sneaking that shoulder up before the free count.
We talk about honesty. I'll be honest when I'm talking about Dak Draper. I don't like his moral character, but his size-speed combination is unmatched. He is a veteran. He has a lot of experience over Rey. Rey cannot give him an inch like he did there. He let up just a moment, and it gave some separation. Dak Draper took his head off.
Dak has been a fixture in the Midwest wrestling scene, especially Kansas City, over the past, we're approaching a decade here, Greg, that Dak has been a stalwart here, and it's kind of odd seeing him without a championship strapped around his waist. So I have to think that the ulterior motives that he's going for here, assembling these people around him, I think he might have eyes on the Central States Championship himself. Now, he says he's going for Scott Hansen, but Dak Draper's always up to something.
Yeah, I have my doubts about that as well. I will have my head on a swivel. I will have to leave your commentary side later tonight because I'm going to have Moonshine's back out there for that very reason. I do not trust that he has Scott Hansen's best interest in mind, Dread Roberts' best interest in mind. If you want me to call it like I see it, Dak Draper's worried about Dak Draper and nobody else.
I agree. Hard knife edge chop by Draper, sending De La Muerte into the ropes. Now, Irish whip there. Dak going for that clothesline again. Crucifix. Slides it into a pin. 1, 2. No, Dak slips out of that.
Great pinning combination from the luchador, but again, right there, just a split second too long, and Dak Draper is able to capitalize. Anytime you have your back to a veteran like Dak Draper, that is a huge mistake, and that's something that the youngster Rey will learn. Unfortunately, he's going to learn it the hard way, but that was a great evasive maneuver there from De La Muerte.
Dak Draper seemingly still in control of this matchup. Nice jawbreaker there by De La Muerte, trying to find the back door, if you will. He's trying to slip through, but Draper picked the ankle. De La Muerte pushes him off. Maybe looking for some much-needed space. Nice back elbow by De La Muerte.
Great counter there. Keeping Dak at bay. You like that. Rey really needs to control the pace of this contest. Use that his speed. There he is. Roll up. Dak with an instant kick out.
De La Muerte with a kick right to the patella, if you will.
Chopping him down. Like to see that.
Duck on the clothesline again. He's going to use that high flying to get the advantage over Draper. Nice cutter. Going for the leg. Can he do it? 1-2. No! Dak Draper gets the right shoulder up just in the nick of time.
Split second away from a victory there for Rey De La Muerte. And Dak Draper, I mean, talk about things not going according to plan. If he is really planning this coup for the CSW championship, losing to Rey in the opening contest tonight certainly doesn't help that at all.
Crowd solidly behind De La Muerte.
Oh,
Look
right
at
now.
right in front of the referee's face, Dread Roberts pulling down the top rope. This is a 2-on-1 contest, but De La Muerte strikes back with a kick.
Holding his own there. And
Draper with a beautiful drop kick.
The referee, I suppose, is giving the leniency that he didn't actually touch Rey. I think that's being a little generous if you ask me, but he didn't lay his hands on him.
Nice drop kick by the 6'4", 260-pound Dak Draper, and Dak has put on some noticeable size, almost like a power lifter now.
Absolutely, but it doesn't lose any of that agility and all that. See?
Oh, well now there's a strike, Greg. That was it, but it was behind the referee's back. Yeah.
You gotta know how to play the game, and Dak and Dredd obviously do.
De La Muerte looking to take flight, interlacing the fingers of Dak Draper. De La Muerte going to walk that top rope. Look at the agility of De La Muerte. What is he going to do here? Walking the ropes to the other corner. Wow, Hurricanrana. Nicely done by De La Muerte.
Expert precision there from the luchador. And Rey is really feeling it here. He's going after Dak.
Oh.
He's going after Dredd, I should say. A big dive onto the outside. I got to question that. He had Dak on the ropes, figuratively and literally, and chose to take out the outside threat.
De La Muerte thinks that Dredd Roberts needed maybe a little receipt for his earlier actions, but you're right, Greg. He needs to focus on Dak Draper. This is, God, and there it is. That's the mistake right there.
He let his emotions get involved, and he didn't get right back in. Dr. Bomb.
1, 2, 3. It's all academic.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, the
Dak Draper picks up the win. Here, well, now Dak Draper's got something to say.
Like I was saying, Dread Roberts, bring me that jersey.
He's going. Wait, I mean, what's with this kid? Why is he focusing his attention on this young man in the front row?
I couldn't tell. I don't understand what's going on here.
Oh, come on! That low-down son of a gun took that jersey from that little kid.
Stole from a child right in the
This
front
is
row.
what happens when you don't fall in line. Because there's only one way to the top.
What a scumbag! I can't believe it. Oh, they're ripping the kid's jersey.
For God's sakes.
Well, they're having a little hard time with it, but I mean, the point is they're. Oh my gosh, how despicable these two degenerates are.
I, for once, am speechless, Ben.
Yeah, go ahead and give it back to him. Enjoy that, little boy.
That's disgusting, Jovi. That's disgusting.
Your winner. This is a 6-man tag team showdown scheduled for one fall.
All right, here we go, Jovi, for the next matchup here at Uprise.
Fighting out of the horse stable and your darkest desires. Weighing in the sexiest combined horsepower of 590 pounds.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sexy Rutsy and the Thoroughbreds. Thoroughly Sexy! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I said this was a 6-man.
I was just about to say, Joe
Mr.
Vile,
One more person.
I'm not a math major, but I only see 2 guys.
Mystery partner.
All right, here we go. I guess we're going to find out now.
Sweetness.
Mystery solved, man. It's Mo Sweetness.
It's Mo Sweetness.
He's 160 pounds, soaking wet. He's Sweetwater's finest. So runner number 1, Mo Sweetness.
Six-man tag team matchup at Uprise, and Mo Sweetness was having a good time.
Mo Sweetness having a good time. Everybody in the house having a good time. The fans love Mo Sweetness. They love Team Double Stuff. What a huge combination here for this 6-man tag. But they're going up against the Thoroughbreds, who are on their way to tag greatness here at CSW as this division begins to sort of take shape. And Sexy Rexy on the outside is taking it to Calvin Aldridge there. We already have a mishmash going on here, and Mo Sweetness tried to get involved.
Mo Sweetness definitely one of the perennial fan favorites here. Look at this, what airplane spin. I haven't seen one of those in 10 years.
Well, Tobias Storm, I mean, we're in the eye of the hurricane here with the airplane spin right in the center.
I'm dizzy watching it.
I said I was going to be fair, impartial, and professional, so I won't say anything about that 4-foot guy and his giant head getting spun around.
Tag into Calvin Aldridge here. The action is going to be fast and furious, folks. We're going to do our best to keep up with all the action here, but boy, there's a lot of, oh my goodness gracious. Storm just brought the thunder to that young man, if you will.
Sent across the state line with that lariat there from Tobias Storm. Now Mo Sweetness getting involved.
Oh, corkscrew plancha, nicely done. Hooks the leg, gets a 2 count.
And Mo Sweetness, a homebred guy here, training here, just really captured the heart and minds of all of the people here. CSW, you can see why, so smooth in every way.
Nice standing moonsault, hooks the leg, 1-2.
Close call there for the Thoroughbreds and Sexy Rexy. Look at Sweetness go, getting this whole crowd behind him.
I mean, the popularity of this young man grows each and every time he steps foot in a CSW ring, and I've loved every match this kid's been in. I mean, I try to be impartial too, but this kid's got a bright future in this business.
When you have the crowd behind you, the way that Team Double Stuff do, the way that Mo Sweetness does, it just makes it so much easier here as they came out rolling here in the early going, and the crowd's behind them. I mean, it's pretty unstoppable. Things aren't looking great for the Thoroughbreds and Sexy Rexy right now.
Tag into one half of the Thoroughbreds here.
Talon is in there now. Talon stopped and hooked by Tobias Storm. Sexy Rexy gonna get him some as well.
tosses there. Oh, by Storm. Oh, code breaker, nicely done.
There's the excellent teamwork from the Thoroughbreds. We're pretty close to it. Looked like it got a shoulder up there, I suppose. Damage done all the same, though.
Good job controlling, cutting off the ring. That's smart tag team wrestling by the Thoroughbreds. I imagine they're going to do quick tags in and out, cut the ring off, and make sure that they drain all of the energy and quite literally beat Tobias Storm to a pulp here.
Well, the crowd might not like the tactics of the Thoroughbreds and Sexy Rexy, but this is textbook tag team wrestling, whether it's trios, whether it's a four-way tag, whether it's your traditional 2-on-2. You cut the ring off and you take the weakest member of the team, and right now, unfortunately, that is Tobias Storm, as he has been beaten up here, and he is getting stuck over in no man's land.
But boy, he's fighting his way out of the corner right now. Rexy misses a big splash. Tag into Calvin Aldridge. I like this young man. He's got a lot of potential. Beautiful right hands. Sends Rexy really to the mat 3 times. Hard right hands by Calvin Aldridge.
All over Rexy, and the fresher man coming in here, seeing great teamwork now as well from Team Double Stuff. Big shot there.
Puts the brakes on, getting some momentum. Beautiful back elbow into the corner, rolls Rexy out of it. Oh.
You gotta have your head on a swivel there. It looked like he countered it, a little knee to the face.
Yeah, sure did.
But just enough time to get Rex back on top of things here. And Rex, no slouch, and we've been talking a lot about the other side of this, but Rex clearly a power threat, and again, like him or not, has really taken his foothold here in CSW.
He really has. He also makes me nauseous. I've said on many a broadcast, he's the grease thing.
He is disgusting.
Yeah. I just can't do the grease thing when he rubs his chest in, but not taken away. He is a talented competitor, and honestly, he gets better every single time he steps through those ropes.
Well, those tactics too, that's exactly what they are. I mean, it disgusts us, disgusts the opponent as well. You get all greased up in there, and it's going to throw your opponents off their game, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's Adrian Street, he's Gold Dust, he's got his strategy, and it clearly works for him. And he fits right in here with the Thoroughbreds as they are taking it to Calvin Aldridge.
Nice elbow drop. Only gets a 1.5, basically, maybe a 2 count. Calvin Aldridge now there's that hard right hand again. Calvin Aldridge trying to fight his way out of the corner.
He's looking for a tag as well, but again, excellent tag team tactics from the Thoroughbreds and Rexy. It's isolating that opponent in your corner, your half of the ring, cutting it off. Oh, Rexy taking time to get in the face here of. Well, now the referee has to tend to Tobias Storm.
He has to.
And
unfortunately, unfortunately, the threesome, if you will, for lack of a better term.
Phrasing, my friend, phrasing.
Right. They're taking advantage of the downed opponent right now. Calvin Aldridge, he is in no man's land, being landlocked in that corner with all 3 of those guys.
Well, we talk about the improvement of Rexy too, and that was a strategy. He got those guys over there, got them involved, baited them in, and that's exactly what he wanted. Now Thoroughbreds back on it as well.
Armstrong now hooks him up for a suplex. Calvin puts the brakes on that, though. Jockeying for position here, tag in.
Unfortunately, in trying to get out of that suplex, he backed himself right back into where he didn't want to be, into that corner.
Aldridge flips out of that.
Again, great evasion. There you go. Big tag to Mo Sweetness.
Here comes the freshman Mo Sweetness. I mean, this guy is so evasive, Jovan. Putting the boots up to both of the Thoroughbreds there, clotheslines, taking them down.
Taking care of Talon and Armstrong all at once here. Rexy's trying to get back up and get him some.
I don't know if Mo saw the tag to Sexy Rexy. Sexy is kind of playing the game here.
That's a good catch. I didn't even see that myself. Oh my, big shutdown there from the Thoroughbreds.
Now Rexy is the legal man. He got tagged in, but I think he, like the slimiest snake I can think of, Rexy is picking his spot here, I think.
And Mo is just focused on survival here.
Exactly.
Great counter there to the double team.
Look at that, skinning the cat. Oh, nice drop kick into the corner. Beautifully done.
One fell swoop from Mo Sweetness. Lines up Armstrong. Big chop there. Lines up Talon.
That was almost like a slap. That was almost like a back slap. Look at this. Double stunners. And now, I guess the tag is now legal into Sexy Rexy. Clothesline there by Talon, and Armstrong all over Mo Sweetness.
Official trying to break these guys out. This thing is...
It's hard to officiate this type of match. Let's not get it twisted.
Absolutely. There's moving parts all over the place here, but I believe we do have the two legal men are in the center of the ring, and Rexy is lining up Mo Sweetness.
Rexy picking his opportunity. Spine buster, nicely done by Sexy Rexy. Stacks him up. 1, 2. No, Mo kicks out.
Well, double stuff from the Thoroughbreds have fought all the way back here behind us. They're out the door, still fighting. This thing has became a singles contest between Rexy and Mo Sweetness.
Yeah, I can see him right outside the door here, and they're exchanging shots. They're involved. Listen to the crowd. Putting Mo Sweetness on the top rope. Sexy Rexy flicking that disgusting juice off of him.
Maybe taking too much time to flick his grease around there.
Sexy going for a big move here. If he connects with a super, Mo Sweetness is fighting his way out of it. Hard shots to the midsection.
Mo Sweetness, grease, no grease, is slippery enough to get out of this on his own. He doesn't need Rexy's help. Right to the center of the ring.
Mo going to the top rope. What is he going to go for here? Big time elbow drop right to the greasy heart of Rexy. 2, 3, he got it.
Win.
Give it up to your winner. He don't stop. It's over. Scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, and representing the Tribe, weighing in at 242 pounds, accompanied by Coach Frost. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Austin Lee!
Something mean to it, doing better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. The place is open. We ain't got nothing to lose. Everybody we roll. Everybody we roll. With some light skin girls and some dirty roads. In this white man world, we the ones chose. Smoke a night cool world. See you in the morning. See you in the morning. It's way too much. I need a moment. One man to have all that power. The clock's ticking. I just count the hours.
And his opponent fighting out of Manhattan, Kansas, weighing in at 207 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the goddamn killing machine, Black Diamond Luke Langley!
to be honest with you, Jovi, I'm a little bit concerned. Austin Lee has been on a tear lately, but there's something about Luke Langley.
Luke Langley, an absolute machine of a man. He gets better every single time he steps into that squared circle. Austin Lee, though, as you said, on a pretty meteoric rise here in CSW. It kind of came on and took after the CSW revival, whatever you want to call it, this new era we're in. When he came out, it really kind of took everybody by surprise. I'll say here, though, Luke Langley will not be surprised. Luke Langley studies tape before every single match. I know I have a pretty good insight into his inner workings. Luke Langley will not be surprised by anything that Austin Lee has to throw at him here tonight. So he is not going to be able to shock everybody with his ability here. He's going to have to out-wrestle Luke Langley, which is something for anyone that is difficult for anyone on any given day. He's one of the best wrestlers on this planet, for my money.
Luke Langley definitely, over the last few years, has really become what he says he is. He is a GD killer. This guy is, I mean, in phenomenal shape, a veteran of this sport of almost, I think, over 15 years. This guy has constantly evolved his craft, and he is not going to let Austin Lee get away with anything. Now, Austin Lee has aligned himself with the tribe. He has gotten an edge to him since he's aligned himself with Coach Frost. But is that going to be enough to put away Luke Langley for the 1-2-3? I don't know.
Well, the fundamentals are there. He did align himself with Coach Frost. That gives him a different fighting style, and as you said, a different edge. And is going up against Luke Langley here tonight. I mean, I think it's safe to say this is the biggest contest he's had in his young career as he faces Luke Langley here tonight. This is a pivotal moment. Can he hang with him, number one? That's number one to stick around in this business, to keep leveling up. He has to hang with Luke Langley here tonight. If he gets the floor wiped with him, that's the end of Austin Lee. Frost is going to be looking for a new client. But if he can hang with him, that's great. If he can beat him, he continues this meteoric rise that he's on.
I mean, imagine if Austin Lee is able to pull off a victory over Luke Langley tonight, not only does he get a big feather in his cap, but he might have Luke Langley coming for revenge. That's something to worry about for the entire tribe, because Luke Langley is that dangerous.
Absolutely, he's a dangerous man. I will also say, Luke Langley is the type of man that if he gets beat fair and square in the center of that ring, he's not above shaking your hand, looking you right in the eye and saying, good job, kid. When he's been vested, he knows it. And it'll only fuel him to do better and train harder, as I'm sure a loss would to Austin Lee. But this match maybe means more to Austin Lee than it does Luke Langley, in the sense that Austin needs it to level up. Everybody watching here tonight, everybody that powers that be, if you will, at CSW, know what Luke Langley can bring to the table. This is Austin Lee's chance to show what he can bring to the table.
Nice move by Luke Langley, going for a cover. Our general manager / referee, Adam Kennedy, only counts a 2 count. And if he's the general manager tonight, he's got his eyes on the talent. And we'll report back to Hoodie.
Also apparently. An amateur medical official, from what I understand. Adam Kennedy, the man of many hats. Almost needed a medical official there as Luke Langley came barreling right at him. Sent to the outside and
hard forearm strike. Whoa. Coach Frost getting involved there.
Respect.
Holding on Luke Langley's leg. I don't see Frost getting involved like that much. That's out of character for Coach Frost.
Yeah, unless he's trying to physically assault me in the ring. That's the only time I've ever really seen him get up in there and get his hands dirty.
I mean, Coach Frost is not afraid to throw hands, as we've all seen in CSW's lineage.
Whether you're a trained combatant or not, if you're in the way, Frost will just take you right out. But you're right, that is out of character for Frost. That's maybe something to keep an eye on here. And I don't know if Austin Lee even saw it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe not. Nice hip toss, leg drop combination by Austin, going for a flash pin here. Almost got it. Sometimes you can pick up a quick victory like that. Someone's not expecting a move, drop the leg on, get a quick pin. Didn't work out for Austin Lee that time.
Well, and every time, lateral press, schoolboy, whatever it is, if you're trying to lay it into him, number one, of course, you want to get the win. But if you don't get the win, you have a human being on top of you, you have to force them off of you. That expends energy. The more times you see folks grab a hold like this or go for a pinning combination, they're trying to win the match, but they're also trying to wear down their opponent, suck all the air out of their lungs. That gives them a better opportunity going forward. So Austin Lee, we talked about the fundamentals, we talked about the coaching. Obviously it's there as he has a chin lock here on Luke Langley in high and tight.
But you're going to see that exactly what's happening right now is Luke Langley's not going to stay stasis. He's not going to stay on his back. He's not going to let that energy get zapped, and he immediately got up to his feet. But, oh, beautiful power slam. 1, 2, no.
Great counter there from Austin Lee. Scooped him right up into that power slam. You see all the tools in this kid, obviously. You see the physical attributes, the mental attributes. I mean, it's all there. Absolutely. We're not selling him short here to say this is a big match for him. I mean, this is a future CSW heavyweight champion if everything breaks right for the kid. Really laying it into Luke here.
Choking him over the second rope, and
Frost gets involved again as well. I don't think anybody's too upset about this. Luke Langley, not exactly Mother Teresa here at St. Louis at CSW, but definitely out of character. And we wondered if he saw that original shot. I think that may answer it for you. He's choking him on the ropes. He's not afraid to. Maybe
corners.
You know what? This is where a coach comes in, though, right? Maybe they they watch the tape ahead of time. They know what Luke Langley's capable of. They know that he's willing to cut the corners.
Eye for an eye.
Jump it, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
There's no need to sit around and wait for him to cheat or try to pull one over on you if you know it's coming. Best defense is a good offense sometimes.
Look at these hard shots by Luke Langley. Man, I wouldn't want to get hit by those. And you've been ringside for a lot of Luke Langley matches. I mean, this guy is a striker. Here, Austin Lee with a beautiful clothesline into the corner. Picks him up belly to back, drops him neck first.
Great
combination. Beautifully done by Austin Lee. Austin Lee's getting sharp as a dagger in there, Jovi.
I'll tell you, I am incredibly impressed not only from that offensive onslaught there, but like we said, the coaching and whatever the mindset is of these two, they went in with a huge game plan, and it is paying off in dividends here. You're right. I've been ringside for a ton of Luke Langley matches. We have a professional relationship in a lot of places, and I am surprised to see him having so much trouble here this late in the match, because that is something I'll point out. Luke Langley's cardio may be unmatched by anybody in CSW. Absolutely. And the longer it goes, usually it favors Luke more, but Austin is doing a great job of wearing down Langley here.
Jawbreaker by Luke Langley trying to mount some offense here. Langley does look a little bit more drained than he usually does. Austin Lee, nice combo right there. Beautiful back elbow right to the chin. Boot to the midsection. Austin Lee puts the brakes on it.
Great counter again. Scoops him right up.
Langley pushes him into the corner, rolls out. Langley known for the Saiyudo suplex and the brain buster, two of his biggest moves. Beautiful spinning lariat.
Clearly has a lot of Luke's big offense scouted. 1, 2,
a holy shit.
Second kick out.
Sorry,
from
folks
Luke
on
Langley.
YouTube. I said I try not to curse, but I mean that was so close. That was so close.
That was a split second away from disaster there, but now this is the part where you got to dig deep. This is Austin Lee has to take this moment and capitalize. He's on top here. He can't get frustrated. He certainly can't let Luke Langley get back into this matchup.
I mean, do you think there's a part of Luke right now that's thinking, what the hell just hit me?
Absolutely. Clearly, Luke was trying to get into a groove. 1,
inside
2.
cradle, no.
Luke was trying to get into a groove with some of his offense. That's where you go when you're getting beat up, when you're on your heels. You go to your big moves. You pull those out of your repertoire. And obviously, Austin Lee was ready for them. So I'm sure he shot.
Nice hard forearm shivers right to the top of the head. Nice heel butt. Kick to the face. Beautiful offense by Luke Langley. Luke Langley trying to get that momentum back on his side, which is so important in pro wrestling. Missed the elbow there.
Once again, just not able to get out of the blocks here.
Yeah.
With his usual offense. Right out the corner. That'll stop you right in your tracks. And maybe that is the beginning of Luke kind of getting ahead of steam here.
Watch, keep your eyes on Luke Langley. He just kicked the kid's face right off into the second row. Beautiful offense.
Now he's got him set up right here. He sometimes goes for a brain buster or a
Saiyudo suplex.
Boom, dumped him on his head. That's it.
Cover 1, 2, no! Austin Lee kicked out.
Awesome grit and determination there from Austin Lee. Gets dropped on the top of his head by Luke. Luke now in control. Let's see what he can do as he is in the driver's seat in this matchup.
That was one of his, he loves to utilize that Saiyudo suplex, and he drilled Austin Lee right on the top of his head. And now it looks like he might be going for the brainbuster. This is his coup de grace. He hits this. It is pay window time for Luke Langley.
A lot of his offense around neck compression, setting up for that brainbuster.
Austin Lee don't look like he's in good shape right now. Referee Adam Kennedy
Our general
checking
manager
on him.
slash amateur medical assistant should really. He's
Luke Langley going to the top rope. This is unusual.
whoa! Hops over him.
Austin Lee caught him with into the midsection. Oh! Boosted him up.
Whoa!
Fire that angle slam into the Uranagi. Oh! Langley kicked out.
Big kick out of the last second there from Luke
Holy
Langley.
moly.
What a hot matchup here. CSW Uprise bringing all the action to us tonight, Ben.
Man, that angle slam into the Uranagi combination, that was, again, another near fall. If Austin Lee loses this match, which doesn't look all that likely right now, what a showing he's done so far.
We talked about being able to hang. He's definitely done more than that. He has brought Luke Langley to the limit here, and he is right on the finish line of pulling off what I believe to be an upset, maybe not a
I would say
crazy
so.
one.
Austin Lee mounted him on the top rope. Looks like he might be going for a superplex. Langley's not going to let that happen, putting the brakes on. A couple of shots to the ribs there. Langley fighting his way out. He is the stronger, I believe, of the two, but barely. And Langley going to the top rope. What is he going to do here?
We're definitely dealing with a couple athletes here, too, that one move can finish it from either one of them. They both have things in their arsenal that they can pull out at a moment's notice as a counter that can end this thing.
Oh, is he going to go for... What does he go for here? He's got him in a fireman's carry position. Langley again throwing some elbow strikes, making sure that whatever Austin Lee has planned is not going to come to fruition. Look at this! Langley with a top rope Frankenstein. What the hell?
Lucha Luki with a big Hurricane Rana off the top rope. Can he capitalize for a cover here, though?
Langley can't seem to recover and get, and like you said, just crawl over and put an arm on top of him, and that could seal the victory for him, but he's having a rough time. He's looking to roll over maybe now, but both men are down. Referee Adam Kennedy putting the count on him.
He can't find him to cover him, and that just shows that move was spectacular, but a move out of desperation from Luke Langley.
Absolutely. Look at them going toe-to-toe. This is a great match. This is a fantastic match. Great showing by both competitors.
Everything we thought it would be and more, and now these two warriors just going eye to eye, wanting to strike here in the center of the ring at CSW Uprise.
Hard forearm. Both of these guys are basically on their knees, knee fighting right now, but they're still throwing hard shots even from that position.
I'm trying to get back to a vertical base as well, but hard when you're sitting there throwing bows one after another.
Who's going to get the best of this exchange? Both men back up to their feet. Right hands by Lee and right forearms by Langley here. Back and forth. Here we go. These guys are throwing bombs right now. Both of these guys.
That's a hockey fight here. It looks like we're at the Mavericks down at Cable Dahmers.
Boot to the midsection gets blocked by Langley. Langley with that rising knee strike.
Big shot.
Oh, spinning back fist. Big belly to back suplex by Austin Lee. Langley
right on his feet though.
Yeah, Langley's back up to his feet into the fireman's carry. Boots him up, going for that forearm strike. Beautiful T-bone. Nicely done by Langley.
Austin Lee getting out of the ring. Big dive from Luke Langley.
Oh my God.
Luke Langley feeling it here.
Luke Langley definitely needed that little burst of energy.
Oh, there's Froz again. Froz getting involved one more time.
Oh, he got caught with a knee strike right under the chin. Froz, what the hell is going on with
Behind the back of the official one more time. Wait a minute. Zach Abstract is coming out here and I think he's on behalf of this fan base of what is going on with Froz and Austin Lee.
Langley taking advantage of the distraction, picks him up. Shoe drop brain buster. That is it. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. He took his eye off the ball for 1 second. That's all it took.
One hell of a match by these two. Get on your feet.
sponsored by two wrestling nerds. The following triple threat contest is scheduled for one fall.
Here we go, Jovi. A triple threat coming your way at CSW's Uprise.
Introducing first, fighting out of Overland Park, Kansas, weighing in at 185 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Langley Thomas Strait, Belle. Introducing second, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. Triple threat match, fighting out of Demon City, weighing in at 232 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the silent assassin, Kevin
All right, Jovi, here we go. Triple threat action here at CSW Uprise. And I don't know about you, but Kevin Koa creeps me out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of somebody that says they're from Demon City that comes out with all the spooky dooky stuff that he's got going on. Also just a massive man, definitely not somebody I want to be in there. on the other side of the ring from. But good news for Anakin Murphy and LTD. A couple of folks that are no stranger to being in a scrap and being the smaller person. LTD, I asked him before this. He said he's been fighting his whole life. He's a brawler, a scrapper. And he didn't care how big, how bad either of his opponents were. And Anakin Murphy, you can see from the scar on his chest, he's been fighting for his life, for his whole life. That kid has been scrapping since the day he was born and is on a huge tear. He's got the next wrestling superstar, if you ask me.
Not only does he have fantastic choice in theme music, but I mean, this, like you said, this kid, I've watched him grow throughout the years to kind of like almost a meek, like fighting from underneath kind of scrap dog to almost a dominant force. Like you can't discount any of these guys, but especially Anakin Murphy. This guy will not die.
Anakin Murphy coming in with the highest profile right now as well. All over the United States. He's became a mainstay for GCW. He's one of the heavy hitters at St. Louis Anarchy. He is everywhere that you can go in the United States. He is going there and doing well. And he's doing well, like you said, because of that heart, because of that never say die attitude. He says he has a death wish, and it's never been answered. Anakin Murphy puts himself in death match situations. He goes up against guys that say they're from Demon City. He does it all, and he comes out on the other side one way or the other.
Now, if I were these two, like they started off Landon Thomas Drake and Anakin Murphy, I know this is a triple threat, every man for himself, but I would team up on Kevin Koa, get him out of there, and then square off like they were starting to do. But, you know, someone's got to go to the pay window tonight. Beautiful Hurricane Rana by Landon Thomas. He seems to be a perennial crowd favorite here.
He's catching on early and often is Landon. But you see, you can't get soaked up in it, especially on a triple threat. Here comes Anakin.
Anakin tries to do a clothesline, but to no avail on Landon Thomas Drake. But keep your eye on Anakin. This guy will get you any way that he can.
There it is.
Hard forearm strike.
Anakin, a big striker, despite what you may think of his size. But yeah, lariat's maybe not his forte here. Going for it a second time.
But he's one of those guys that he puts every ounce of his body weight into everything that he does. So eventually, see, right there, hits him with a beautiful cutter.
Anakin may be abandoning the lariat game. Oh, maybe not.
Now he connects. He threw all of his weight behind it and was able to get Landon Thomas Drake off his game there and send him straight to the outside. Here comes Kevin Koa, that creep show. But this guy is impressive, big, strong, and does not give a damn about his opponents.
On Anakin I don't think he was ready for him there. He was going to dive onto Landon on the outside, and Kevin Koa grabbed him. Whoa!
Nice!
Great evasive maneuver.
Keep your eyes on Anakin. Kick to Kevin Koa. What's he got planned here? Could be going for an acai moonsault. No!
Well, coffin drop action. That's one of his signature maneuvers. Onto both men on the outside there. Taking a little victory lap here. Anakin Murphy knows how to win over a crowd as well. We talked about how LTD is really taking people by storm, but that's maybe because he's a local hero here as well compared to Anakin. But Anakin Murphy wins these folks over one way or the other.
And it's with that hard determination and grit that we've seen so, like you were talking about, so much across the United States. This kid has so much heart. Keep your eyes on Koa. This is one of his moves. Beautiful sidewalk slam with authority.
It is impossible. You can't out-heart or determinate that size. That still is a disadvantage, and Anakin's aware of that. I'm sure Landon's aware of that, but Kevin coming in with a huge advantage in this thing. And he's been able to isolate both of his competitors up to this point as well, which is huge for him.
Landon with going blow to blow with Koa. Now Anakin steps in. Both of these guys want to get this big man off his feet, but they're both exchanging shots as well.
Yeah, they're going at it as well. Neither one of them are going to give up.
Oh!
Everyone connects with a roundhouse. No one quite goes down yet.
Oh, jumping Superman punch by Koa, Itsuguri by LTD, shining wizard to the back of the skull of LTD by Anakin Murphy, and everybody is down.
Flurry of offense and everyone is down. If Anakin Murphy can capitalize now while Kevin's on the outside, this may be his moment. LTD getting behind him. Anakin Murphy with a piece of the crowd of his own as they both rise to their feet.
Reversal on the Irish whip by LTD. Anakin uses that quickness, steps off the bottom rope, spinning back, kick to the stomach, kick to the face. Oh, hard boot by LTD.
Stopped right in his tracks.
Oh, Kevin's back up on his feet now. LTD discards Anakin Murphy.
He's got him hooked. That's LTD likes to hit that to close out matches. A big face crusher.
Oh, Anakin puts the brakes on. Super kick.
What a counter.
Right to the side of the face. Anakin going for the cover. Hooks the leg. Koa's back in. Koa going for looks like a pump handle slam. Into a power slam. Oh, Lord.
Well, I thought this was over one way. I thought Murphy had it, but Kevin just absolutely derailed Anakin Murphy.
Now Koa stalking his prey. He's looking towards LTD now.
Bad intentions.
Hard knife edge chop by LTD. He's throwing the kitchen sink at Koa. Koa's not going to go down easily.
I think he's fighting for his physical safety, not just for the match.
LTD firing up and gets a boot for his trouble right to the chops.
That's a big boot.
Koa likes a slow, methodical game. He likes controlling the pace to his will, if you will. And he also likes to employ some big power moves. And it looks like he's about to do that to LTD. Picks him up, high vertical suplex, drops him into a knee strike, and damn near decapitates, LTD. It might be all but done here, 2,
That's it.
3, it's over. Well, thank you, Great Jovi. He's got to go get ready for his match. I'll be handling his match here solo.
All right, are you ready for your first main event tonight? Are you ready for your CSW Championship match tonight?
Here we go. We're all excited for the first main event of tonight.
The following title match is scheduled for one fall. And this is for the CSW Championship belt. Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of St. Joseph, Missouri, weighing in at 202 pounds, accompanied by the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper and the male nurse Shylynn Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for handsome Scott Hansen! CSW champion, weighing out of Georgetown, Texas, weighing in at 240 pounds, accompanied by Greg Jovi. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Moonshine Mantell!
All right, here we go with our first main event in the evening as Moonshine Mantell defends the CSW Championship against one of the hottest rising stars in the business right now, which is handsome Scott Hansen. Now, Hansen has aligned himself in recent months with Dak Draper and Dread Roberts on the outside. So it's going to be a little bit of a lopsided competition maybe, because Dread Roberts has always been an active participant in all the matches that he's involved with under the tutelage of Dak Draper. Bell is sounded, and we are underway for this contest, the first of two main events here tonight at CSW Uprise. Now, although Scott Hansen is one of the fastest rising stars here in CSW and all across the country, that may not mean a whole hell of a lot when you're going against a pissed off and angry Moonshine Mantell. Scott Hansen now trying to figure out what to do with Moonshine. Moonshine trying to cut off the ring, imposing his size and strength on Scott Hansen. Scott Hansen jawing with Jovi and gets a big boot to the side of the head for his trouble. Moonshine pushes him back in the corner, and you heard that knife edge chop echo off every part of this building. Bouncing Scott Hansen's head off that turnbuckle, another knife edge chop. Now, conspicuous by his absence is one Dak Draper. Beautiful dropkick by Moonshine Mantell. Kind of makes you wonder if Dak Draper is somewhere lurking in one of the corners of this building to make his presence known later in the match. Scott Hansen flips out. Moonshine puts the brakes on, holds onto the top rope. Nice leapfrog by Hansen, doubles down. Nice drop kick of his own by Scott Hansen. Scott Hansen has used the 450 splash from the top rope as one of his signature moves. He's going to be looking to fight a battle on his terms tonight against Moonshine Mantell. He's going to use his quickness against Moonshine's strength. Moonshine puts the brakes on that. Elevates him, has him in an electric chair. What is he going to do with him here? Drops him face first on the hardest part of the ring. That wood and steel meeting the pretty face of handsome Scott Hansen. Picks him up, drapes his legs over the top rope there. We've seen Moonshine do this before. He loves to employ those chops in this prone position. And this time is no different. Jovi cheering him on there. Oh, another knife edge chop. Hansen spills unceremoniously to the concrete floor here at the Abdallah Shriners. One would have to kind of think that if Scott Hansen picks up a victory here tonight, it might be the biggest upset of the year. But if anyone can upset Moonshine, it could be someone like Scott Hansen. Moonshine going to the top rope. Nice move by Moonshine Mantell, going for a cover. Lateral press. Scott Hansen gets his shoulders up. Moonshine picks up a prone Scott Hansen. Hard forearm shiver right to the side of the face. Moonshine elevated him to the top rope. What is Moonshine going to go for here? Maybe a superplex. Hansen fighting his way off the top rope. Moonshine wasn't able to execute it that time. What is Hansen going to go for here on the second rope? Leapfrogs over Moonshine, rolls through, and there's Dread Roberts, like I said, involving himself in the match. Beautiful splash into the corner by handsome Scott Hansen. Nice back crack there by Scott Hansen. Both knees driven right into the spine of Moonshine Mantell. Now, don't forget, Moonshine recently had multiple surgeries, so Moonshine may be weaker than he's letting on after those multiple surgeries just a couple months ago. Now Hansen going for the choke over the second rope, putting the knee into the back of the base of the neck, trying to drain that energy out of Moonshine, hitting the ropes here. splashes him off that second rope, excuse me. Hansen starting to pick up some momentum here. Hard thrust kick to the side of the face. Stomping away, going for a cover here. Moonshine only lets him get a 1 count. It's going to take a lot more than that to pin the CSW heavyweight champion. Hansen looks like he's going to go for an Irish whip. Throws Moonshine off. Moonshine coming back, puts the brakes on. Hard forearm sledge to the base of the neck by Moonshine Mantell. Picks him up in a prone position. Scott Hansen finds the back door. Small package. Excuse me, not small package. Cradle. Kicks him right in the midsection. Hansen showing some of that agility. Hammers Moonshine down to the mat. Rolls him over. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, Moonshine only gets up after 2. Hansen trying to drain that energy from him. Has him in a rear chin lock. Really wrenching down. Trying to rally the troops here, the CSW faithful, to get behind the CSW champion, Moonshine Mantell. And what a run he's had since dethroning the former champion, Dak Draper. Nice jawbreaker by Moonshine Mantell, trying to create some space between him and Scott Hansen. Hansen boot to the midsection. Cranks him up, looking for a neck breaker. Nicely done by Scott Hansen. Hansen's going to start looking for weak points in Moonshine Mantell's offense. He's going to try to pick him apart here. Nice standing shooting star press. Beautifully done by Scott Hansen. Scott Hansen hooks the leg. 1, 2. No, Moonshine gets a shoulder up. Hansen going for another cover, hoping to maybe surprise Moonshine Mantell. Hansen again with a boot to the back of the head. Moonshine pushes him away, trying to create that space. Hansen with a glancing blow. Hard knife edge chop by Moonshine Mantell. Hansen backs him up into the corner. Left hand by Hansen. Hansen's good with the lefts. We've seen Hansen in many scraps here in CSW. This guy has more wins than he does losses here in the Abdallah Shriners. Hard whip. You heard that turnbuckle. Sounded like it almost snapped off. Beautiful. Oh, looked like he was going for a belly to belly. Hansen reverses it. A la Tully Blanchard there. Or excuse me, Magnum TA is more accurate. Only gets a 2 count. Tully Blanchard, one of the big rivals of Magnum TA. That's why I got that confused. Hansen going to the top row, could be looking for that 450. If he connects with this might be a new CSW champion in the form of Scott Hansen. Hansen taking a little too much time. He is going for that 450. Moonshine gets those knees up. And Scott Hansen gets a stomach full of knees by Moonshine Mantell. Referee putting the count on both men since they're down. If he gets to a 10 count, no man is up to his feet. This will be a no contest. 4. Jovi again trying to rally the fans here at CSW. Both men back up to their feet now by the count of 5. Hard left hands by Moonshine Mantell. Half a dozen there thrown into the face. Make that 7 by Moonshine Mantell. Could be going for that big lariat, misses. Going for a big belly to back suplex. Moonshine puts the brakes on that. Swings for the fences on that clothesline again. Elevates Scott Hansen. Beautiful back body drop. Seemed like Hansen almost hit the lights on that one. Moonshine Mantell really feeling the momentum in his favor now. Another hard knife edge chop by Moonshine Mantell. Throws him into the turnbuckle. Head of steam, misses. Hansen rolls out of that. Moonshine picks it up. Beautiful spine buster. Floats over to the pin. 1, 2. No! Hansen kicks out. Hot action here tonight at the Abdallah Shriners. And we are only halfway through the card here tonight. We still have another main event later on, and that's a street fight between the Foundation and the Besties in the world. Stay tuned for that. Oh, look at Hansen grabbing the referee's shirt, maybe trying to get some leverage. Moonshine going for the Alabama slam. Look, Dread Roberts once again holding on, making sure Hansen worms his way to safety. Pump thrust kick, kicks Hansen right in the face. Again, going for a belly-to-back suplex. Oh, good God, drops Scott Hansen right on the back of his head. Moonshine just needs to go for a cover, and this may be all she wrote. Moonshine hits the ropes, hits Dread Roberts off, big lariat by Moonshine Mantell. 1, 2, no, Hansen kicks out. Moonshine looked like he was favoring his groin there. He might have pulled a muscle in his groin there. He looks a little wobbled. Gonna pick Scott Hansen up, going for the Alabama slam again. He connects. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. Moonshine picks up the victory and retains the CSW championship. Oh, what the hell? Dak Draper just took the belt from Greg Jovi and just wallops Moonshine Mantell with that belt. I knew Dak Draper was lingering in the darkest corners of this building, waiting for his shot, and he picked the right time for it. And there's the real goal right there of Dak Draper. He wants that CSW championship back at any cost. He's assembled a crew of lackeys, for lack of a better term, but he wants that belt back, and he'll get it by any means necessary. How long will the reign of Moonshine Mantell last, knowing that Dak Draper and his cronies are hot on his heels?
This next fight is sponsored by Wrestling Spotlight. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shooter Shylynn! Action continues because her opponent's coming out fighting out of Dallas, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Outlaw Sadie
Give
right, Jovi, welcome back to the commentary booth here for our first women's match of the night. Shooter Shylynn making her debut here in CSW along with another newcomer, Sadie Belle.
Well, I was talking to Shooter backstage, pretty upset. I mean, she was ready to vie for the women's championship here in CSW, but unfortunately her opponent, Blair Onyx, injured, unable to compete tonight, so she is pissed off. She was ready to come in and fight for that championship and unable to do so. On the other side of the ring, Sadie Belle, you mentioned a huge opportunity for her. She can take that opportunity here tonight. Is that a championship opportunity in question if Sadie Belle gets a victory here?
Absolutely. Shooter Shylynn was definitely looking to vie for the Heart of the Champion Women's Championship here in CSW, but like you said, unfortunately card subject, always to change here in the world of professional wrestling. And now Shooter's got her work cut out for her in Sadie Belle. This should be a great women's match here on the second half of our show here at CSW Uprise.
And of course, we wish a speedy recovery to the champion.
Absolutely.
I assume, I don't know if Source is okay or not, well, with it not having a corporeal form, but I hope that it's okay as well, that everybody is back to health and ready to defend that championship. Shylynn on the outside here, shying away, no pun intended, from competition against Sadie.
Well, I've called a lot of professional wrestling here in the Kansas City Midwest area for over 10 years now. That's the first time I've ever heard corporeal before, so thank you for that. As Shooter Shylynn comes in the ring and blindsides Sadie Belle, she was kind of playing to the crowd, maybe playing a little mind games with Sadie. Look at Sadie go, nice head scissors takeover by Sadie Belle.
What a huge opportunity for Belle to come in here, get a big victory, and that's a brand new championship here, a growing, budding division, and if Sadie can really plant her flag, so to speak, in that division here tonight, that's a huge opportunity for her.
I mean, even a good showing here, even win, lose, or draw, could put her in the competition, more future appearances here in CSW.
Absolutely, you got to be in the game to win it.
One, nope. Nice basement drop kick there by Sadie Belle. Sadie Belle fighting out of the great state of Texas.
Yeah, if you're Shooter, I mean, you got to be super angry about this tonight. I mean, not only does she not get the championship, but she's out here and could potentially be bumped down the ranks with a loss.
Nice belly-to-back suplex by Shooter Shylynn.
Well, that's what she's all about, those throws. 1, 2, great.
Not a lot of pomp and circumstance in her entrance either.
No.
She was just ready. She's ready to go to business, you know?
Amateur wrestling technique, the suplexes, and some big strikes is what Shooter's all about.
Nice shoulder butts to the midsection there by Shooter. Not trying to endear herself to the crowd here. She doesn't care about crowd adulation. She cares about getting to the pay window here tonight by beating Sadie Belle.
Well, she's got to stay on Sadie if that's the case. You can't let the crowd in your head one way or the other.
Absolutely. Telling her to just give up now. Choking her over that top rope there, putting the boot right in the throat.
You got to check your emotions at the door too, right? We know she's upset. We know she wanted a certain opportunity tonight, but that's what I'm back here telling folks like Moonshine all the time. Tonight we had an emotionally charged matchup, but you had to put that behind, defend the championship. We did that. That's what. Oh my, that's a torture rack.
Yeah, I was about to say an Argentinian backbreaker, if you will. Torture rack applied. I haven't seen one of those in 15 years. Nicely done into a drop.
Lex Luger, eat your heart out.
1, 2, no. Speaking of which, we saw you in the.
Speaking of Lex Luger.
Speaking of which, any update on Moonshine Mantell? He looked a little hobbled during that last match. How's the champ feeling?
Well, when you're fighting off 2 and then eventually 3 men, you're bound to pick up some injuries. You're bound to pick up something, but you're never 100% when you're a champion in professional wrestling. But I know that he will be back out there defending that championship as soon as possible. It looks okay so far, even though he was obviously in a bad way when he left the match there.
All right. Well, thank you for the update on Moonshine Mantell. Back to this action here. Nice roll up there. Doesn't even get a 1 count. She's got to put all that body weight on those legs in order to try to get a pin. Sunset flip attempt. Shooter smacks those hands and just drops down. Ground and pound action by Shooter Shylynn here.
Sadie maybe
Maybe bit off a little more than she could chew
Yeah,
here
maybe
tonight.
lucky that Shooter just decided to stop raining down those blows. I mean, I thought we were going to have a knockout on our hands there. Shooter seems to be wanting to take her time here tonight, really prove why she was in championship consideration, and is savoring the moment here now that she's in control of this match.
Really stalking her prey again, like you said, trying to get that, kill the momentum of Sadie Belle if she was trying to even build any, and just really wrestle her match. Ground and pound, strikes, hard throws, like you were saying. That's Shooter Shaylynn's match, and if she can wrestle her match, she's going to win this.
Crowd trying to get behind Sadie Belle, though. Shot right across the back of the neck. Send shockwaves down your arms.
Splash into the corner by Shooter Shylynn, using the size advantage over Sadie Belle, trying to get that, knock that wind out of her. Hard elbows in the corner, kicks out the foot, telling the referee to move.
Definitely in control, but maybe getting a little cocky here. I would be on the lookout for Sadie Belle to potentially get a chance to, it's an opening here, maybe not unless she's knocked out. But yeah, I mean, if Shooter keeps kind of begging off, keeps giving her time, I mean, you can't give it, they're all professionals in here, right? You can't give them a professional time and space to recover.
Absolutely. Getting that win back is so important for any athlete. And if you give them that time to get that win back, I mean, she could mount some offense here. But so far, this match is all Shooter Lynn, except for Shylynn, up until that point.
Well, that's the moment right there. That's all you need. One big move to turn the momentum, turn the tide for you. And Sadie Belle is trying her damnedest to knock Shooter Shylynn off her feet now.
Because as far as correct me if I'm wrong, Jova, I don't think Shooter has been off her feet this match.
Not unless they're on her own volition, throwing her own body around. But
that's
no.
right. Nice European uppercut, kicks the foot out from Shooter Shylynn, telling the referee once again to get out of her way. Knee strike into the corner.
Returning the favor there. Same kind of knee strike the Shooter threw right at her face. Got her hooked.
No. Looks like she slipped off the back there. Didn't connect all the way with that move. She's still going for a hook. Only gets a 2 count.
We got to capitalize here. You know, Sadie Belle has been in a bad way. Not getting all this. There we go. There you go. That connected.
Going for a cover. 1, 2. No. Shooter Shylynn gets her right shoulder up just in the nick of time. And this match continues here at CSW Uprise.
Fights like this can get ugly, Ben. I mean, when you're trying out there, your opponent's trying to squirm away. Wait a minute, 1, 2. Nope. But the point is not to get discouraged just because you don't hit something cleanly. You have to get right back on the horse. That neck breaker was a tide-turning moment for Sadie.
Pulls her up, puts the weight on the shoulders.
Whoa,
She got her.
some tights there, Ben.
That was the tights. I think that's it.
That's it.
We had to hear the bell. Shooter Shylynn picks up the win here tonight at CSW Uprise.
Folks, are you ready for your semi-main event right now? This fight is sponsored by Pawn and Pint. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. You guys are the best. Introducing first, fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand, weighing in at 202 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for astonishing Mulitalo. opponent, fighting out of Motor City, weighing in at 200 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, from the driver,
Shorty body, the rich perfected. Good bitches, the perfection. I'm desperate, keep the time, son, I'm bad. Protected on these nobody niggas can't see my flow. You wouldn't thought it was people understand why I blow. With a mommy riding, she the cutest with the gaucho. Son, I'm all about this money, every day I count more. Fuck on Facebook, nigga, I'm online banking. Fuck on Twitter, follow. I'm paper chasing it. Never will you ever see it this slow. Pretty bitches everywhere, baby girl is going down. It's the fast life, ain't even trying out eating. Why you nothing? Just stop cheating.
Here we go, Joe, by another set of debuts here at CSW Uprise. I don't know about you, but after hearing those theme songs, I kind of want to go drive in a Camaro.
Yeah, everybody's kind of jazzy. I want to correct you. I do think Joe Demaro has had an opportunity here in CSW.
Joe Demaro?
Yes.
Okay.
This isn't a debut across there, but he is
That's
young,
why they hired you.
Young career, only one matchup to my knowledge. So,
Okay.
you might as well say these guys are real early on in their career. These two are both fighting for a spot here in CSW. Let's put it that way.
Austin Mulitalo, excuse me, definitely has a flashy ring interest. I was kind of into it. I got to be honest with you. I'm excited to see what these guys can do in the ring here tonight at CSW Uprise.
His ring gear looks like airbrushed Prince Iakea. I'm here for it. Let's go. Hot matchup here. All things serious though. I mean, this is huge for both of these kids. These guys are both traveling in from far away to come in and get a shot here at Central States Wrestling because they know this is the premier place in the Midwest to be, and you have to get victories, right? That's the name of the game. At the end of the day, it's all about W's. They don't ask you how you got them, they ask you how many. And so to stay on the roster, to stay involved, these guys have to win their early contests.
Nice chain wrestling here with some top wrist locks and some throws here to start off the match. Austin, nice head scissors, doing some push-ups at the same time. Really tight head scissors there. Joe's gonna look to fight his way out of it.
Just some great fundamentals here. Nice transition.
Austin finding the back door, getting a hammerlock applied, putting the knee for extra pressure.
It's great to see so much young talent here tonight. We've seen a lot of debuts or sophomore efforts here tonight from guys and girls.
Nice headlock takeover there by Joe Demaro.
You see the future's in good hands here in Central States Wrestling.
And that's what the focus has been ever since we made our re-debut, if you will, is the younger talent here. We really strive to put a showcase, just put a spotlight, if you will, on folks like the people that we're seeing in the ring right now. So it's great to see so much young talent cycling through. And like you said, the future is in great hands here in CSW.
Well, that's no small part to the Central States Wrestling Academy. If you are young in the game or looking to get into it, that's a great spot to go to learn the fundamentals. And here tonight you see some young talent coming in to be a part of it, be a part of the academy, and be a part of Central States Wrestling.
Beautiful Ricky Steamboat-like arm drag. Very impressive. Nice head scissors takeover. Man, that was a great arm drag.
It was a beautiful arm drag. And that Hurricane Rana there doesn't quite get all of it, but enough that was able to pull him over with his momentum, and his feet scraped along the ears of them. That's not a good time either.
Yeah, back elbow, beautiful bulldog. I'm seeing moves I haven't seen in quite a long time, which is awesome.
Smooth,
for someone older like me.
Smooth transition offense here from Demaro too. It looks like he's like a couple shots ahead, like a billiards player here.
Joe Demaro circling the down Austin Mulitalo.
And both these men trying to find their footing, not only just with the Central States management, but with the crowd here tonight. You see Demaro in control, maybe savoring it a little bit.
Bounces Austin's head off that top turnbuckle, sends him almost over to the other side of the ring. Joe telling the referee to chill out.
Yeah, I was going to say, you tell him to chill out. I got to use that one. They tell me to not get involved in the match. I'm just going to say, chill out, you know?
I think he'll allow you to use it.
Look at that. relax, man. That's cool.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Hard.
Double axe handle there.
If I see an atomic drop in this match, I'm losing my cookies, dude. Come on. Throws him into the turnbuckle. Austin up and over. Demaro crashes in. Nice arm drag by Austin. Make that 2. Man, wicked arm drags here tonight.
Great athleticism from Austin. And a big scoop slam right in the center of the ring.
Big elbow drop. You see the way he drove that elbow into the sternum. 1, 2.
Close call for Joe Demaro there. Austin's got to capitalize. Got to stay on him here. He wants to get the crowd behind him, and he's trying to take a rest, but he's got to stay on him. This is his moment here.
Still to come. I don't know how I feel about this, but we got that big street fight coming up next in our main event.
Oh, yeah, I got my car keys on me. If they start coming this way, my ass is out of here.
Yeah, no kidding. That's going to be a wild one, so stay tuned for that. Oh, kick right in the face. Joe Demaro just kicked the smile off of Austin Mulitalo's face. Beautiful belly-to-back suplex.
Punishing that you shot right down into the top of your vertebrae there, towards the top of your neck. Like we talked about in the last match, that shoots energy down your arms and makes it really hard to kick out.
Both men wrestling actually a methodical pace. I mean, sometimes we see younger guys come into CSW and all they want to do is do a lot of flash, do a lot of show-off moves. But these guys are wrestling a professional wrestling match, like a ground match. Beautiful clothesline there by Joe Demaro.
Feeling each other out to a certain extent too. These are not folks that cross paths all the time, and obviously the first time they're clashing here with the debut for one young man. And oh my, so he might be.
He's doing a neck crank here, maybe with his feet.
Go back and forth.
Yeah, put a lot of torque on that neck. That's a very uncomfortable move.
Fans getting a little unsettled with Joe's methodical offense here, but I think it's smart. Austin seems very, very athletic, very quick. I think you ground somebody like that. This is a smart strategy from Joe.
Nice snapmare by Joe Demaro.
Just let this matchup come to him.
Nice.
Thunderous dropkick, a bone-rattling dropkick. That sucks all the air out of your body, too.
Joe Demaro definitely seems like he has a game plan now. He's going after the neck, the back, the shoulders, the trapezius of Austin Mulitalo. Maybe setting him up for a signature move. Again, this is my first time seeing Joe Demaro, so I don't know what his coup de grace would be, but it looks like it's going to be neck focused, if you will.
Enough elbows to the neck is a fine finishing maneuver, I've learned in my day. That was a pointed shot right to the neck, and you saw it drop Austin right to his knees.
Austin really favoring that neck. You see him even when he was standing up, he was holding the side of his neck because I think the neck cranks, the constant offense on the neck and shoulders area is really starting to take its toll.
Well, again, you mentioned it, not a flashy matchup, but a very, very smart strategy from Joe. And now you see him getting on him on the ropes there. I mean, nothing wrong with that. He's got a 5 count. He could, chill out, ref. He's got a 5 count. You can hear some of the crowd trying to get behind Austin, but to this point, it has been all Joe Demaro.
Oh, sleeper hold up high by Austin. Joe's got some leverage, though. Looks like he's trying to work his way out of it. May have a little bit of a height advantage over Austin, too. Picks him up. Oh, nice headlock takeover. Lets him go, though. Doesn't hold on to it.
1, 2. Great illusion there. He's able to get out of those. Big shot misses.
Ducks a closesline. Joe Demaro with a huge big boot. Paying homage to the tights that he's wearing. Diesel.
Just an exclamation point on that sentence there. A huge shot right to the face.
His tights look like Diesel.
They do. And he's from the Motor City. I understand the comparison.
I didn't even get that. I didn't even get that. Okay.
I think it's just a trait of the area. Everybody from Detroit, you're born with a D tattoo and pants like that with the frillies. It comes with the territory.
If he does a hair flip, I'm out of here.
Crowd trying to get behind Austin. Austin fighting from underneath those big shots and still nothing doing. Joe Demaro just infirm control of this matchup.
Every time it seems like Austin's trying to mount some offense, Joe just immediately puts the kibosh on it and just stops him with a strike to the neck or, a big boot or any type of move. It's crazy.
Absolutely has been a smart matchup, but at this point, you're in such firm control. Is he maybe being too conservative? Do you need to take some risks to get a big win? He's going to have to hit some sort of maneuver that is a exclamation point that really ends this contest. And up to this point, a lot of strikes, a lot of very basic maneuvers has kept him in control of the matchup, but is that going to get you the victory? And maybe over time,
we haven't seen a lot of big moves, like you're saying. We haven't seen big suplexes. We haven't seen big body slams or anything like that. Like you said, a lot of ground and pound, a lot of striking, which is great. Can soften up your opponent, but he does need to get those big maneuvers off to get the 1-2-3 here tonight against Austin.
You have to take a risk if you want to get a win. That's just the way this game works. You are not going to win by being conservative.
It looks like he's measuring Austin.
And the ref may want to see if Austin can continue here. He's struggling to even keep a vertical base.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hard knife edge chop by Joe Demaro. Serving the Motor City proud by just beating the brakes off of Austin so far.
Nobody home there. This is the moment. Austin needs to capitalize on this.
Austin may be feeling a little bit of a momentum shift there after that big missed elbow strike into the corner. Nice, threw all of his body weight into that knife edge chop, did Austin. Fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand. Hard right hand, blocks that nice right hand again. Ducks a right hand by Joe Demaro. Big clothesline, nicely done by Austin. Back elbow. Austin's really starting to feel it build here. Nice spinning enziguri connects with the side of the face of Joe Demaro.
This is clearly what Joe was trying to avoid, but like we talked about, he was so conservative for so long. Now there's this huge barrage of offense from Austin.
Rocker dropper, 1-2. No, Joe Demaro kicks out.
Kid can't get discouraged, though. This was what he was waiting for. This is the moment to really pour it on. Joe left that small window of opening. Austin took a risk, was able to turn the tides here, and now the momentum is all on his side.
Austin trying to get the crowd behind him. That's people underestimate the effect the crowd can have on a wrestler's momentum. Oh, big knee strike missed in the corner. Joe Demaro moved out of the way. Austin's knee clashed with that top turnbuckle.
And again, nobody home. Big bite of the second turnbuckle.
Misdirection there by Joe Demaro. Picks him up. Beautiful spine buster.
That might do it. Big
Stacks
impact.
him up on his shoulder, too. That's a big move we were talking about. Transitions nicely into an STF.
Fantastic job. Maybe Joe heard us or something. He's turning on the heat there with that big impact maneuver, 2 count, right into an STF. Kerfuffle back here.
Hey, what the hell is going on here?
Our main event is kicking off right now, folks. This is Wyatt and Davey Vega just went battling right past us. They're up. Wyatt and Vega are up on the stage.
We're not even done with this match, Joe. What the hell is going on? Does somebody need to get control here? We have Vega and Wyatt scrapping in the middle of this match. Referee.
I don't see anything like this. I mean, the crowd is now split. I can see them looking. I'm going to go travel a little bit. Our camera's not seeing it, but they're looking over towards the entryway as well.
And Jeremy Wyatt and Davey Vega have slid into the ring, and they're taking these 2 kids out. And the referee has thrown this match out. It's a no contest.
Yeah, Fitchett.
And there's Matt Fitchett, and there's Michael Strider. They're battling on the other side.
I went to go check it out. Fitchett and Strider were battling in almost from the bar area.
And here comes all the people from the other matches. They're trying to separate these guys.
Security is on its way. The other wrestlers are trying to get out here, but you're right, that match is over. That was the only other one on the card. I mean, Adam Kennedy has a pretty big call to make here tonight as interim general manager.
And they are not, the hatred between the Foundation and the Besties has spilled over into our semi-main event. This is crazy. And good luck holding Michael Strider back. And look, there's four students, four athletes that were on this card trying to hold him back.
Well, Adam Kennedy trying to make the call here.
We can't hear Adam Kennedy.
He said it. The street fight starts now.
The street
I
fight-
heard it clear as day.
The street fight starts now. We are in the main event, Greg, and boy, oh boy, man, we're gonna. If they, like you said, if they come back here, we're getting my Camaro. We're out of here.
This thing was insane. All day today, we are here at the Abdallah Shrine. They were sequestered in separate meeting rooms as their own locker rooms because they could not be anywhere near each other. And I guess while we were out here calling the show in that last matchup, they decided it was time to go. My understanding from talking to security, they busted out of their locker rooms. That fight started in the back, spilled all its way out here during that last contest. So that is thrown out. This is the last match on the bill, Ben.
Here we go. Street fight is underway. Adam Kennedy made the call. Whether we can hear him or not, I can hear it as clear as day. Adam Kennedy shouted, the match is on now, and Strider's putting a beating on Matt Fitchett. Last time we were here, Strider was busted open from ear to ear, just gushing buckets of blood because of the attack of the besties in the world.
Well, this is insane.
Oh, sandwiching Michael Strider into the corner. Jeremy Wyatt making his way there. I mean, they're basically just tape-fisted wherever they wore to the building here today. They are ready to go.
They have been battling it out, my understanding, through that whole contest, the previous match. So they're not even geared up and ready to go. These guys were, I mean, this was a street fight. We were ready for this to a certain extent, but not quite yet. Fitch was going for that Pele kick.
You saw that, and Strider, Scorpion death drop on the apron. Look at Davey Vega, he saw it, slid out, and now Strider grabs him in a wheelbarrow and throws him face first on the ring. The security railing.
Well, Ben, there might not be two groups of people that know each other better than the besties in the world and the Foundation. These guys have been battling for years. A rivalry reignited here. Big dive from Wyatt.
Big dive from Wyatt indeed. Like you said, this venue itself is legendary for the Foundation and the besties in the world beating the crap out of each other. One of those matches ended with a taped cinder block to one of the besties' knees, and literally one of the most insane matches I've ever called in my life.
Well, that's another chapter in it here tonight. Strider was ready to walk off into the sunset. He thought he was done. We had a huge appreciation night, and the besties took issue with that for whatever reason, and now here we are. We are right back in. It is a Category 10 level feud between these two once again.
Pillar-to-post clotheslines there by the Foundation. I thought we saw an end to this when Ace Steel made his return, a few shows back, but no, this feud keeps boiling over. Is this the apex of this blood feud between the Foundation and the besties in the world?
I just don't know how much more these two teams, this company can take. These guys have to find a resolution to this and move forward. 1, 2.
No. Fitchett barely, I believe that's Fitchett. Fitchett barely gets his shoulder up. I think Vega's laying in the corner there. Her camera view's a little funky here tonight. Oh no. I don't even want, Jovi, whenever someone flips up the apron like that, I don't want to see what's under there. And so far we've got chairs introduced into the melee here tonight.
Street fight, for those at home, a little bit of a funky ruling, right? Because you can bring in the kitchen sink, you can bring in tacks, you can bring in chairs, tables, but the match has to end inside of the ring.
Absolutely.
Like all street fights, have to end inside of the ring. And so bringing all that weaponry in, this is gonna get hairy real quick, because what it does is it condenses down the violence. This is not a type of match that's gonna be able to go all over and a referee's gonna be able to count a pinfall across the street. This has to end in the squared circle.
A tree of woe for both the besties in the world. They're not standing on any mountains right now. They're hung in a precarious position here, and the Foundation is in firm control. And what violence lays ahead for the besties in the world is only the Foundation's guess here.
Strider dealing out the furniture to Wyatt.
Putting the chairs in front of the besties in the world's faces. Oh, kicking the chairs into the faces of the besties in the world. I can't say, Jovi, they kind of deserve it. I mean, they bloodied Strider up last time.
They deserve everything that's coming to them here tonight. The besties in the world, they've got back together here within the past calendar year, and they are cockier than ever. They think that their stuff doesn't stink here now, and the old guard is still around here to put them in check. And the CSW fans agree. Everybody here agrees it's time for them to pay for their sins here tonight in this street fight.
We got trash cans introduced now. We got a crunch lane in the ring, and Wyatt's not done yet. Another trash can comes into the ring. This is going to get ugly real quick, and it's already gotten ugly, but it's about to get uglier.
And all that violence condensed into a 20-by-20 ring. It is a right for injury. It's right for things to go wrong.
Oh, by Zuku knee strike by Matt Fitchett. Garbage cans across the head of both. Oh my God, sickening thuds all the way around. Good God almighty.
Oh, a thunderous shot.
Oh, sickening thuds, and Strider's not going down.
This is extra ugly, as pretty much all these men have had head and neck issues throughout their careers. Sitting here teeing off on each other is, oh my God. Fitchett.
Middle-aged and crazy is Michael Strider. He's giving himself a couple extra for good measure. Michael Strider, I don't know how much longer this guy's got, but judging by tonight, he's got a lot left in the tank.
Well, that's the way the Strider's approaching these contests, right? The Strider is not out for a championship. Strider is not here to build another 10 years of his career. He knows that every moment in that squared circle could be his last.
Two.
He knows that every match could be his last, and he's wrestling them that way. So he is pulling no punches. He is taking all the risks. He is going to use his body as a weapon. He's going to do everything he can to put these punks in their place.
But when is his better sense going to kick in, if it ever does?
Never.
This man has a family.
Never. It's been decades. He's never put himself first. He's never cared for his physical health. He's not going to start now, Ben.
The table's now been introduced by Davey Vega. Michael Strider feeling those effects of chairs and trash cans and all the above. Wyatt gets out of the way. Now he's choking Vega using the turnbuckle and that steel that holds the turnbuckle on.
100% legal in this contest.
No rope breaks whatsoever. Adam Kennedy obviously wasn't calling for one.
Oh, wow. Fidget scoops him up. Fireman's carry. Tosses him into like an STO there. Classic bestie maneuver.
One, two. Nope. Strider now making his way back up to his feet in the corner after Wyatt got blasted with that combo move by the besties. Oh, another throws the trash can right in the side of the head of Michael Strider.
That's going to be something to watch here. This is a tornado tag rules as well. Normally a tag match, I would say, if there's nobody that's out tag team wrestling Fitchett and Vega, all the friendship and all the camaraderie, all the post-match beers doesn't make up for all the time that these two have tagged together. So who are the better friends, who are closer knit, that is hard to say, but better tag team, that goes to the besties in the world. But that's all out the window, Ben, when you're in there throwing around trash cans and there's no tags.
Absolutely. Besties a traveled tag team, going all over the world, honestly, picking up victories. And here they are, like you said, together again, reunited. And they almost seem more crisp than they did, before their hiatus, if you will. They seem more focused. They seem more vicious, quite honestly, because both have racked up singles championships all across the United States. And here they are applying their craft as a tag team once again.
I agree with all of that. The thing that I was seeing that I liked there is they had both of these guys were kind of isolating a member of the opposite team. Now Jeremy Wyatt's back up. Everybody's kind of divide and conquer now. Let's see if that changes the strategy.
Now the action spills to the outside. If we may have to maneuver our positions a little bit if this gets too crazy. But so far, seeing all the action here.
They got to keep in mind, though, I know this is a bitter blood feud. They're out for blood more than they're out for W's, probably, but they've got to keep it somewhere near the ring for this match to reach a conclusion. All right, Strider out on his feet.
Oh, big double clothesline. Strider out of the corner.
Never count out Michael Strider. Double lariat coming out of there, knocks both the besties right on their tuchuses.
And people, obviously, if you watch Michael Strider over the years, you don't know him in person. He's a big, brawny dude. I mean, this guy's got meat hooks for hands. He is a country strong, if you will, and loves throwing his weight around in that ring. Oh, good Lord Almighty. Crowned Michael Strider with a brutal trash can shot.
Wyatt. Great save from Fitchett there.
Picks him up. Using, nice, almost a blue thunder bomb there. 1, 2, no!
I thought he had him there. That was a great counter. Dropped Fitchett right on the top of his head and had him tightly packaged up.
Almost picked up the victory there, but nothing to it. I can't tell from this point, but it almost looked like Strider had a little bit of blood trickling down his head, but I can't see from this. No, I don't think he is.
Hell, I don't know if you even had time for that wound to close from the last time we were here. I mean, that was such a thick gash on Strider. I'm sure that the Besties were looking to try and open that back up.
He is opened up. Referee Adam Kennedy putting the gloves on. A safety precaution here in CSW, but Michael Strider is opened up.
Because you're trying to get away, and Strider has him by like
must have been that trash can, pointed edge of that trash can. Might have cut him
Doomsday.
They're going for a Doomsday device, but Vega pushes him off, and Wyatt's head crashes into the back of that trash can. Yeah, Strider's busted open on the top of his head. I think that trash can must have ripped him open again.
We're trying to kind of trading dance partners here. Fitchett and Strider have really been the biggest antagonizers here. But Vega now taking Strider out to the outside, doling some punishment. Now they're trying to isolate Wyatt again.
Now they're putting those chairs together. That's never good. Looking to inflict more damage on the foundation. The besties in the world, obviously, what they want to do is they want to put the foundation to bed. They want to retire Wyatt, they want to retire Strider, and they want to move on with their lives. They want to end these guys' career. Let's make no bones about it. Inside, small package, gets a 2 count. Oh, he hip tosses him through that table. Wyatt gets backdropped onto that concoction of evil.
Vega's there to shut down. A big back body drop onto those chairs, but now he's going to have to answer the call here.
Looking for that Strider spiral. He connects with it. This could be it. 1, 2. No! Vega kicks out.
Where did Vega get that from? Thunderous maneuver from Michael Strider. That has put away many, many men here in this city.
Strider just told him that they're going to go straight to hell, and I don't even want to know what that means. Quite honestly, I don't want to know. Strider, they got a stop sign in there. He put it in between those 2 bridge chairs. I didn't even see the stop sign come in.
Whole bag of tricks in there tonight.
Putting Vega up on the top rope. Good God Almighty. I'm sweating bullets here.
Fitchett and Strider fighting it out on the top rope. Vega coming 2 down there, though. Wyatt has not moved.
After getting thrown, God, no. God, no. Somebody please put an end to this.
Oh, big power bomb.
Holy shit almighty.
That's gotta be it.
His back of his head crushed against that stop sign. Big frog splash.
Good night, folks.
1, 2. No! Strider kicks! Strider kicks!
That had to be pure instinct, Ben. I don't know how he had anything left after that power bomb. The back of his head and the upper back connected with that stop sign.
Unbelievable. I
Huge
don't know
frog splash afterwards.
I don't know where Strider got it from. I think, again, he's middle-aged and crazy. He just didn't know when to say die.
It's just got to be pure hatred for the Besties at this point that's keeping these guys fighting. Oh, no.
Oh, steel chairs Striders teeing off on Jeremy Wyatt. It's got to sound like a freight train in there. And now they crushed him into the corner. And this may be it for Wyatt. 1, 2. No, Wyatt kicks. The foundation lives.
Wyatt, and now Fitch are getting upset with official Adam Kennedy. That was a clean kick out. They don't have to like it. They know that they're throwing everything they've got at the foundation. They're not able to put him away. And Fitchett has exploded. The hot-headed temper of the Besties has exploded here. They have got to figure out a way to put these guys away.
I don't know if Strider's coming back. He rolled to the outside. He is worse for wear right now. He's busted open. Back, he might have a concussion.
How many times have we thought that though, Ben? We thought both of these guys have been out multiple times. We thought Strider has been out of a career before, and he keeps rising from the ashes. There's no one tougher. There's no one meaner, and the hatred that the foundation is carrying for the Besties is fueling them in this matchup.
What is Davey Vega doing? He can't be. He's untying the mat.
Dear God.
I don't even.
Fitchett doing the same thing on the other side. They're trying to loosen up the canvas.
They're peeling the freaking mat off. They're literally tearing apart the ring. Getting an inside look to how the sausage is made, so to speak.
We're burying the lead though here, Ben. They were trying to form some sort of death trap here, and they gave the foundation time to get back on their feet. Here comes Strider, trash can lids in hand.
Strider looks woozy. I gotta be honest with you, Strider looks a little woozy. Oh, God,
Davey Vega looks pretty damn woozy right now, too.
I'm at a loss for words as a stop sign just crowns Michael Strider and Jeremy Wyatt. I don't even know what to say. I haven't seen this kind of brutality. Oh, a broken part of that table goes into the midsection. Oh, and then over the back of Michael Strider. What is he choking him with?
He's got him, though. He's got something hooked around Fitchett's neck, and he's choking him.
We can't see from our vantage point. It sounds like a chain. I heard a chain.
I also hear Adam Kennedy admonishing them, trying to get him back in the ring, or what's left of it.
There's nothing left. There is nothing left of the ring, and Jeremy Wyatt just drops Fitchett on the hardest part of the ring. It sounds like a cliche, but you're literally seeing it right now in front of you. Oh no, they're peeling.
Wyatt kind of finishing the job the Besties started here, peeling back some of the ring, exposing the boards.
I don't like this at all. I've seen this before, and this ends in injury. Jovi, this is a very serious situation here. I've been a part of a lot of wrestling. Whenever this happens, it can be cataclysmic for the competitors in there.
I think it's going to take a cataclysm to end this feud. I think that's unfortunately what is going to have to happen. Somebody's career is going to have to end for these two teams to stop fighting.
They are literally tearing the ring apart. And Michael Strider just threw a trash can full velocity at one of the Besties, and that foam pad, is being removed as Davey Vega crowns him with the top of that trash can again. Oh, jeez Louise, come on.
That's at least a triple. What a shot.
I can't even.
Vegas guy is Jose Ramirez, and he gave him a run for his money with that baseball swing right to the face.
The boards have been exposed. This is insane, and I want to go home. The things that these guys are willing to do to end each other, to put it into this blood feud, has gone too far, Jovi.
Just a reminder, all four of these men are fathers. Whoever survives this matchup is going to have to hide Easter eggs in the morning, for God's sake.
That's a great point, Jovi. And here they are wrestling on the wood of the ring. There is nothing but steel and wood from here on out.
Well, this is another case of the Besties getting their comeuppance, right? They were the ones that wanted to peel it back. They wanted to do this, and now the Foundation's in control with the exposed boards.
Well, it looks like they got those chairs wedged between the second and third ropes, and the Besties just eat all of the steel
one of the
those
Besties.
chairs.
One of the Besties.
They reversed it.
There was a reversal on the other side. Fitchett and Strider are now left standing.
Good catch, Jova. I totally missed that. I thought it was both of the Besties, but you're absolutely right. There was a reversal. Wyatt ate the chair, and Davey Vega ate the chair on the other side. Like you said, now we're just left with the two nut jobs, honestly, of the groups.
Well, and this is the heart of all of this. Fitchett disrespected Strider. Fitchett was the one that felt disrespected by the Strider Appreciation Night, felt that Strider should just go away, and Strider was not going gently into that good night. And here we are, a bar fight right in the center of the ring at Uprise CSW. This is what professional wrestling at Central States is all about.
Paintbrushing back and forth. There's that Pele. God, when he did that, he dropped on those boards. Right on his head, sacrificing his own body to take out Michael Strider.
Fitchett desperately looking to maybe get back up to that top rope, trying to look for that frog splash again, but Strider already trying to get back to a vertical base.
Already up on all fours now, making his way up, meeting Fitchett halfway, hard right hand by Michael Strider. Just, I mean, absolute haymakers. There's no form or function other than pain here tonight at CSW Uprise.
Big shots.
He's looking for a big superplex here. Good God Almighty on the board!
Oh my God!
Holy shit! And he drops! 1, 2, 3!
What the hell? What the hell just happened?
That's a double pin. That's a double pin, Jovi. Each member had a person.
Kennedy's got to sort this out. Kennedy conferring with the official. Both were clean pins.
Technically, it's a draw.
A draw? That's not going to sit well with these Warriors.
This can't sit well with either one of these guys.
They just spent, 20, 30 minutes killing each other out there, and we don't have a decisive victor. And they're still going.
Wyatt and Vega, who were the ones that pinned their opponent, are now going toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring. This shit has lost.
Nothing's going to stop this. Nothing's going to stop this without a decisive victor. We're having a locker room clear out. Security and officials are hitting the ring. Wrestlers are hitting the ring. I mean, this has to stop. This is unsafe. And now we're outside of the confines of a professional wrestling match. That's over. Strider might be injured in the ring. We got to get these guys separated, Ben. Somehow this match is over. But this feud is not.
I thought this was going to be the end, but it doesn't look like it is. They are not going to rest because a double pin, a split decision, if you will, is not going to solve this feud. And it looks like they finally got him separated. Strider's still down, though. And here comes Vega trying to collect his opponent. I mean, he took a superplex on boards.
Adam Kennedy in a precarious position here. He cannot, in good conscience, restart this match. The ring is not even in condition. Strider definitely not in condition to continue. He can't sanction this match to continue. I know the fans are unhappy. Both teams are unhappy. But Wyatt asking for the microphone now.
This ain't over. This ain't over by a long shot. What's the next show here? What's the next show here? June 27th? June 27th? One last time. Besties versus the Foundation. Who had that idea?
What are they saying? What are they saying? This war is going to continue, but how is it going to continue? Is it a steel cage match?
June 27th, the Besties in the world versus the Foundation in a steel cage match.
Oh my God! Hell is broken loose here at CSW Uprise, and
Ben, if that gets made official, that might be the only way to contain this violence. You saw it tonight spill out almost all over the arena. It spilled into another match. That's good. The only way to solve it.
well, thank you so much for joining us here at CSW Uprise. I'm Ben Miller. That's Greg Jovi. We'll see you next time. Great night, great fight.